This video is an excerpt from our weekly podcast. Go and watch the full podcast, check the link in the description of this video, or support us on Patreon at patreon.com/prettygoodgaming.
Given the option, do you play the good guy or the bad guy in KOTOR, Mass Effect style, so Knights of the Old Republic or Mass Effect style RPGs? And of all soft and hard moral choice systems, which games do you think did it best? I think the Witcher series handled consequences of choices about as good as any I've seen so far, but done right, I've seen some great moments in the good-evil dynamic systems too, especially Mass Effect 2 and, curiously enough, Star Wars The Old Republic MMO. Knowing you're committing a good or an evil action in the right moments when you're consistently the other side of it can feel awesome when done right, and you have a strong sense of your character's motivation and personality. Good and evil, mechanics and stuff, who did it best, what do we like about it? Generally, I don't like to. I always want to be bad, but I just find myself being good all the time. If there's an option, I often think good behavior leads to more stuff, because if I'm more amenable to the NPCs or whatever, if I'm nice to them, they'll give me another quest. Because we've got a bit of a relation, and maybe I'll unlock something else to do with them later. So I feel like sometimes that's my main motivation. I'll just say yes to everything. I don't want to help you fucking find your cat. But yeah, I'll do it.
It makes sense to be the good guy because, like you said, you do get the better. You get a better feeling from being a good guy. You get better responses from the characters. You get the positive responses. You get the positive rewards. It makes sense, especially in your first playthrough. In the second playthrough, if you want to be the bad guy, whatever. Yeah. It leads me to dislike the dual moral, choice. Paragon or renegade, good or bad. It's like it doesn't really mean anything. Like it depends on your morals to begin with whether the choice is actually bad. But the game coming out and making that choice for you, no, this action is going to be bad. You are a bad guy if you do this action. I think that's a little bit, pre-conscribed. I'd rather the moral choices in a game to be dependent on whatever faction. So if you're being an arse towards a certain person, then it won't mean that you're a bad person. It'll mean that your standing with them reduces. That makes a lot more sense. Because if you're an arsehole to one person and then you meet a totally new person, how do they know you're an arsehole? Like they don't. They take you on face value.
Yeah, I like it when, in order to gain something with someone else, you have to lose something with someone else.
Yeah. Cost pay. I
think that there should be consequences and punishment for perhaps making the wrong choices. But generally I'm the good guy, because I like to think I'm quite a good person, and often it leads to more stuff. But I'm not like 100% Paragon all the time. As pure angelic person, I like to think of myself as quite like a vengeful spirit type thing whenever I'm Red Dead's a good example, because there's very, very slim morality there. But I'm pretty much always good and friendly to everyone, but then if someone says something rude, they're getting antagonized to and then they'll probably pull their gun on me, and then what am I going to do? Kill them? Yes. And then am I going to stab their dead body? Yes. And then am I going to loot them and take their body and put it on a train track? Yes. They shouldn't have called me damn, you're ugly or some shit. They're getting killed. That's just the way it goes.
Are you more likely to perform an evil act if you know you're not going to get away with it? So if you know your reward's going to be bountiful and there's no repercussions. If you're playing a good character, you want to be good the whole time. This isn't going to affect anybody or anything, but you've got this super shiny weapon or something that you can get hold of just by killing this one guy. Yeah. Nobody knows.
Nobody would know. Nobody's
going to find out. Are you more likely to do it then?
I think it depends on how much I'm role-playing, how much I'm trying to get into the kind of space of who I think this character is, or if it's just a vessel for me. If it's a vessel for me, I'll do what I want. I'll steal that sword. I don't give a shit. But if it's because what do I lose? My life stays the same. Arthur Morgan, linking back to Red Dead, I think I kind of know the kind of person he is, or at least how I am playing him as such. So I know certain things he wouldn't do. And I think the morality system in gameplay is very slim, which is kind of annoying because it's actually a really important part of his character, his redemption in this Red Dead Redemption is figuring out, is he a good man or is he just bad? Is he just bad and he just does bad things for fun? It's a basic system because I suppose they would argue, we just want you to feel it. We don't want to tell you whether you're good or evil, but then you've still got a good or evil slider. Oh, and that's another point on that specific slider. The higher your honor is, the more discount you get in shops. So I can buy stuff if I'm good.
That really takes me out of the immersion, that does, because how did the shopkeepers know your reputation or how many evil people you've killed, especially if it's been done in a different county or something. You just come to this, you're new to this one area, and it's like, hi, pleased to meet you. Oh, by the way, you get a discount because I heard you're a good guy. Doesn't wash for me. Doesn't wash.
I think one thing I did like that Red Dead does, both the first one and the second one actually, quite subtly, is your sort of basic interactions with NPCs change. Like, if they know you're bad or low honor, again, it's a bit, how do they know? But I suppose the idea is you've got a bit of a reputation around these parts. They'll react to you differently, and it's a very minor thing, but I like that's immersive for me. When if you tip your hat to them in, I think, Red Dead 1, you'll say, "Ha, miss," or whatever, if you've got good honor, but then if you've got bad, it's sort of automatic version of the greet and antagonize response. It will do it based on your honor, and I think that's actually kind of more interesting. It gives you a bit less control, I suppose. So there's pros and cons to it, but I just thought that was a cool way to do it kind of behind the scenes without you really knowing.
Can I just say that your impressions of Arthur Morgan and John are pretty damn spot on.
Well, Arthur's a little easier because he's just, just kind of grumble. John, you gotta scream a little bit more. I can't do that much because that hurts.
Wow. You ever tried being a voice actor for games? I think you could.
I watched I think it was.
This channel goes down the pan. You've got a fallback on there.
I watched. It wasn't like an interview. It was more like a Comic-Con kind of panel. And the stars are there, and then people go up and ask questions. And one guy, it was just like a 10-second clip, and the guy's big important question, he just asked him to say Lenny, and then what's his name, Roger Clark, just goes Lenny, like for the whole room. It really cracked me up though. It made my day. Lenny!
Thanks for watching this video. If you want to go and watch the full podcast, head to the description of this video and you'll find a link to our new podcast channel, or head over to patreon.com/prettygoodgaming and get early access.